It's weird when he did it. It's weird when you do it. Take
Yeah,
a big whiff.
I'm not the lady in silver. I'm the lady in gold. I forgot I had these until after we finished the episode.
You made it. It looks like a middle finger already. We are here. We're back. You heard last week's episode. We watched the first episode of the new season of Bridgerton, season 4. And you heard at the end of the episode, Melissa just being like, my fucking God, you need to watch the end of it. And I want to say I watched it either that night or...
We watched it on Friday after we live streamed, and we did record on Friday. So yes, it was just one day of Sister Sign productions.
And oh my God, thank God there's other stuff going on in our lives to talk about, because like otherwise I wouldn't have been able to speak to you, because all I've wanted to talk about has been Bridgerton.
To be fair, I was texting you most of the week, and you just got back to me yesterday.
Well, I am going through quite a big struggle, which is I have a Band-Aid on my left thumb, and texting is a huge hassle and annoyance. And using my phone in general has been because like I'm having to text with my pointer fingers.
You need to get a stylus.
I use my Apple Pencil for it.
Well, that's pretty much a stylus.
I almost started just sending voice memos to people, and I was like, I don't want to become this person.
And see, I had so much to tell you, but I'm like, I can't just drop this. This needs to be part of a conversation, and you weren't responding to me. So
I stand by it, because I'm glad you told me today.
Whatever it was going to be, I was going to tell you verbally, not in writing.
Yeah, well, of course.
Because it's so much. But that's why if you listen to Don't Blame Me, that's why it took us 2 hours later to record.
Yeah.
Because I was filling Meghan in on everything that has been transpiring.
The fact that we, on the last episode of Don't Blame Me, that comes out after this, right?
Before.
Okay. Well, spoiler alert, we tell someone that it's like a little too far out of pocket to like accuse their coworker of doing coke. We've done so much worse.
What?
I'm not saying what's going on, but our hype.
Oh, I thought you meant as the two of us have done worse drugs. I was like, ma'am, the most I've done is smoked weed, and that was years ago. I've taken edible here and now, but that's as far as I've gone.
Yeah, I've done Molly and then things that were sold as Molly. So like, if it wasn't Molly, I don't know.
It's not your business.
It's not my business.
Unless it would have had adverse effects on you.
It did make me like absolutely bomb my brains out.
Okay, well then it was your business.
Also, it's okay. It's still not as hard as coke. But the fact that like we were like, you can't just accuse people of doing drugs. This is the thing. Like, you can in fact gossip with your friends behind people's backs. You can in fact study and scheme, but you need to know when to step away.
Yeah.
And when to share it with public and when not to.
Mm-hmm. So, I'll fill you all in December.
Yeah. Yeah. Or sooner, depending on how things go.
True. But we'll see.
We'll see. Well, anyways, Bridgerton. Pre-planes.
Yeah.
Melissa, the way that this fucking show, history-wise, I'm always Googling to be like, okay, so in the context of history, where are we at invention? Yeah. Like, when they got ice cream, I was like, that looks like froyo. Was froyo invented back then?
You have to, this is what I always put into context. King George, Charlotte's husband, is the king that was there when America was founded. That is who they were running away from. So when I think about that, it puts me where we should be.
I wish that helped me more.
I think if you watched Hamilton, then it would help you more. And you're never going to do that.
No, I'm not.
Even though a lot of it not historically accurate, but entertaining. In the same way, Bridgerton.
Yeah, like National Treasure.
Mm-hmm. Queen Charlotte, King George, they existed.
Yep.
Not in the way they're portrayed in Bridgerton. But I
love creative liberties with that
shit. I love them in the show. In real life, I would completely hate them.
Also, in real life, I could see him walking down the street and I wouldn't know a thing.
Well, they were painted, one.
Well, exactly.
And two, those paintings were painting everybody in a better light. So who knows what they actually look like.
Probably a lot of Habsburg jaw.
At least with Queen Charlotte, she actually was mixed race, so she probably had some things worked in to prevent her from having it, but
Yeah.
him?
No.
Yeah.
No. So we have watched up to everything that is out. And at this point, that is the first 4 episodes. And I know we have 4 more episodes to go, but I'm going to say it right now. Anthony and Kate have they better be holding on to their titles of my favorite season. They got to hold on tight to that because right now they're getting a little bit of a run for their money.
I have to agree because the focus on this season is really, like, as far as what the lead couple is, it's just them and the imaginary lady in silver. But with Anthony and Kate's season, her sister was also there. So it took us a minute, even though the attraction and the sexual chemistry was there, it took us a minute to get to them being together. And we also didn't see their wedding, which I'm still upset about.
I'm still pissed about it. Like, I feel like this is the first season we have had of true yearning. Like, the object in the way of their relationship together is like tale as old as time, different classes, different systems that they're part of, different social structures. And that is like a much more, like yearning-based obstacle than like, oh, there's another person I'm supposed to marry. Or with Penelope and Colin of being like, I suddenly like you, but like, now I'm mad at you for a reason that like, who really fucking cares? And like, now we don't care at all. But like, it's a lot of like actual turmoil that is like between the two people as opposed to like, we're from different worlds, Romeo and Juliet, which like, I don't know, like at its core, like this feels like the first like really like you are watching two people like fall in love from the start of the season to, I think, assumed to be the end of the season. And like, I like that a lot.
Me too. Before we get into this, can we talk about their ages?
In real life?
All of it. How old they're supposed to be on the show and how old they're supposed to be in real life.
Well, how old they are in real life. I don't know that they're lying about that.
I mean, they might be.
Hey, honestly,
Actors
no, because
lie all the time.
By the way, if they are lying, they should have lied younger to make the discrepancy a little bit closer.
So when we first met Daphne, she was 21. So this person is saying that she's 24 now. She is 30. Then we've got Simon, who actually on the show when we first met him, he was 29, so now he would be 32. In real life, he's 37.
He doesn't look 37.
He looks a solid 35 to me.
Well, I don't think you've seen him enough in other things. He has the build
I've seen him enough.
Oh, okay. I would say I think he has the build of like a college junior.
I understand that, but that face is a solid 35.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I'm talking about the rest, the body, neck down.
And then Anthony is at least 33 in season 4. We don't have an exact age. And Jonathan Bailey is 37. So I think he's the closest to his actual age.
Yep.
And then Benedict is 30. And Luke Thompson is 30. He'll be 38 in July.
Oh, he's got high school freshman face. I mean, college freshman face.
You and I see different ages because I think that man looks a solid late 30s.
Well, I didn't necessarily say he was the age of a college. He just looks like he is like a sophomore in college.
And then Colin is 25 on the show, and Luke Newton is 32.
Oh, sorry. I thought that's who you meant.
No.
Okay.
Luke does look like a baby.
Okay.
He has very baby face. I will agree with you on that.
Okay, that's what I was like. I think he looks young.
I was talking about Benedict.
Yeah. No. Benedict would not be seen on a college campus. He would be a
As
TA
a
at that
professor.
point. Yeah, exactly.
And then Eloise is supposed to be 20.
So that was an oversight.
And Claudia is 36.
Mm-hmm.
And then Francesca is supposed to be 19.
That one is... Mats was like, no, she definitely looks 19. And I was like, that's objectively crazy. Yeah. I think that's the one that I believe the least.
I believe Eloise the least. And Hannah is 30. But I gotta say, this woman is one of the most gorgeous women I've ever seen in my life.
It's like she's made of, like, glass. Like, she's got, like, that,
There's
like...
just something about her.
She looks like a cherub. Like, she's got, like, painter on a wall kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, she's just... It's so, like... I don't know, like, ethereal, but also, like, angelic. Like, she's just got such a... Gorgeous. She's gorgeous.
Right. And Hyacinth is 14 on the show. And that girl is 18. And again, I think she looks 18.
And I think they need to do... No offense to the kids. I know that they've been, like, working their asses off. They've been, like... They put their dues in. But I think unless they wait and do their seasons and, like, introduce us a bunch of new people their age, it makes absolutely no sense that I'm supposed to believe in the same universe that, like, Eloise is 20, 21, that I'm supposed to believe that 18-year-old is 14.
I think I think we're gonna get... I don't want to spoil it yet, but I think we're gonna get a season of 2 people that we've seen before. We're gonna get Eloise's season. And then and in between those, or even before, we're gonna get a spin-off. And then we'll be maybe a slight time jump, and then we'll get into the younger kids.
Okay. I think that's a good theory.
Yeah. And then Penelope is 20.
Yeah.
And Nicola is 39.
Honestly, babyface.
Yeah.
Like, her of all people, I'm like, no, that's babyface.
Mm-hmm. And then Kate, when she should be 28. And Simone is 30, so pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
And Edwina, she was supposed to be 19, and she's 29. They're actually the same age in real life.
Yeah. And she looks young.
Mm-hmm.
I love that name.
And then Sophie is 22, and Yaren is 28.
Also got a baby face.
Yeah. So those are the ages we've got. I was like, who the hell is this?
Who?
I forgot about Marina, the cousin.
Who's Marina?
The cousin that was in the first season, the black one that gets sent off.
Oh, that actress. Yeah, she's good.
Yeah, they should bring her back.
Yeah. I mean, they don't even bring up Daphne anymore. They brought her up, like, once the season after she left, and now it's like...
She came a couple times, but then she wasn't there for...
She went, like, once. I think it was the season after.
Yeah, and she brought the baby.
Yeah. By the way, these people, they're having big babies, if we're supposed to believe these timelines. Those are some large, large babies. Like, they're giving birth to toddlers.
Yeah.
Which I know that's how TV works, but, like,
but
damn.
The feathering... Lord... Whatever... Colin and...
She's Lady Bridgerton now.
Yeah, she's Lady Bridgerton. What's the name? But they call him the Featherton heir.
Oh, Featherington.
Featherington heir. But what is that baby's name?
Oh, that baby has a name?
Yeah, because we saw him at the end of the season. I know last week that we said, I was like, I think she was pregnant. After we said that, and I was like, she totally was pregnant before they got married. Because remember, she fainted.
Oh.
I forgot all about that. Like, she was sick, she was throwing up, and she fainted. She was 100% pregnant before they got married.
And that makes a lot of sense with why they're, like, all horned up this season. Because I was like, aren't you, like, freshly fucking... Didn't you just give birth to that toddler? Like...
Yeah.
And I just have to assume your coochie is not recovered in this time period. But
right.
You're right.
So,
that's not an infant.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That baby's been around.
Right. Remember, there was that... There was that TikTok sound of that. Again, this like reminded me of that TikTok sound that was going around. That was that woman was like, because the baby was already there. The baby is in there.
Yeah.
The baby was there.
Isn't that from Real Housewives?
I have no clue what it's
Isn't it from someone lied about when they...
If you're talking about Phaedra, that wasn't from that.
No, it's not?
Mm-mm. I think she might have made it specifically for Penelope and Colin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, also, they didn't put the little brother, and he's supposed to be older than Hyacinth, and he looks 5.
The way that they prosthetically attached like 15 little scraggly hairs onto his chin to be like, look, he's grown up. He's bigger than Hyacinth. And I said, put him on an apple box then. Because, like, right. I'm sorry, he's barely older than the toddler Penelope just gave birth to. Like, they are classmates. Like, what? I support these actors. They've put in the work. I want them to have these jobs. I don't want them to just, like, recast them necessarily. And I know they did that with Francesca. Like Francesca,
Mhm.
they aged up pretty quickly.
Yeah, but that was also because the actress got another role that
Yeah.
conflicted with it.
But like, I need this to be like, I don't know, like have Barbie and Ken play over here and have like Midge over there. Like
Mhm.
I cannot have them existing in the same universe. And like I do need the suitors to be a little bit younger because like those old fucking men that were like trying to like flirt with Eloise and shit, I'm like, you can't do that to Hyacinth. Like she's
No.
prepubescent.
Right. And I think that, well, they would have to be. Sophie's stepsisters, especially the youngest one, Posey, should be around a couple years older than Hyacinth.
Unbelievable.
So the fact that Benedict was talking to her thinking that she could have been the lady in silver is absolutely disgusting.
Oh, I hate that.
Because remember when, well, we'll talk about it later, but age-wise, when we get to this, she was a baby when she came.
I do think that in the Bridgerton universe, they have a very loose grasp on infancy and like the concept of baby ages, like as a whole, because, you know, I know that some people grow up to be taller than others. Like I get that. I'm also tall. But the age gap, like age is like but a concept in this. Like I heard someone be like, no, without a doubt, Queen Charlotte is supposed to be older than Lady Danbury. And I was like, what?
That's actually in this article, and I thought it was irrelevant, but I thought they were like the same. In Queen Charlotte, they're like the same age.
I thought that Lady Danbury was like 2 or 3 years older than her, but like there's no way I thought Charlotte was supposed to be older than her.
Well, again, like you just said about the ages, they actually don't have Lady Danbury in this one. But I think we're supposed to believe that they're around the same age. But in real life, at this time, Queen Charlotte is 72 years old in actual history. That lady is not 72.
No.
That lady is 55 years old.
Yeah.
And I also want her and Maya Rudolph to play sisters in something.
Yes. I want her and India, who played young Queen Charlotte, I need them in something again. Like, because they have the same face.
Right. And also, this isn't really jumping ahead because I don't remember what episode it was in. But when they are passing by the painting of the younger versions of themselves, it's the gals from the show. It's not, they didn't like make younger versions of who we see. It's actually paintings of the girls from the show.
I love that.
And I'm like, okay, let's get to what the spinoff is because I want them back.
I do. I want them back immensely. But should we get into our recap, our gab, our yap, our discussion of this?
Buckle up because this is going to be a long episode.
It's going to be a doozy.
Yeah. I didn't do a full breakdown like I did for episode 1, but I do have bullet points.
Me too.
All right.
I love, because you told me, you were like, text me just after you watch the first like minute of this episode 2. And I love how they did like the we're going back in time rewind. And like, you're probably wondering how I ended up here.
Right.
And I live for that shit.
I was obsessed. I had went back and watched it like 2 times because it's a seamless transition from episode 1 to episode 2 into that rewind. It's so good.
It's
whoever
phenomenal.
came up with that and was like, we're going to start off deep in the story and then come back. Kudos to you, writer. I don't know if it was showrunner. I don't know if it was somebody on the staff, but great job.
Well, and I love it because like even when it started, Mats was like, oh my God, this is just going to be Cinderella. And it's like, it is, but it is like a twist on that versus like us seeing Cinderella get ready to go to the ball. We see Cinderella at the ball, leaving the ball, escaping the ball. And then it's like, we are wondering who is this girl in silver the same way that he's wondering who this girl in silver is, which like I think is just so fun. And at first I was like, this is another Cinderella story. But then as episode 1, I was like, this is another Cinderella story. Episode 2, I said, no, I'm sorry. This is Brandy a Cinderella. Like that is the vibe that everything else was giving. And Alfie, I will stand by this now. Alfie's giving cartoon Cinderella. He had major Gus vibes.
Yeah, I can see that. And then I saw some people complaining online that it was just Cinderella's story. And I just want to remind you that the romance novel sector is all broken down into tropes everything falls within a trope. And Cinderella, rags to riches is actually what it is a trope within itself. And so, yes, that is a trope. And when you watch a movie, you have to buckle in for what you're getting. You're not going to go watch a Marvel movie and think you're about to watch Sleepless in Seattle.
For sure.
Genre is a funny little thing.
And I've always said that.
And so, yes, stick with the genre. If a romance doesn't end with the couple together, it's no longer a romance, it's a drama.
Mm-hmm. And like, we have Kate and Anthony, enemies to lovers.
Enemies to lovers plus forbidden love. They got 2.
Then we have Penelope and Colin, friends to lovers.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have yearning rags to riches.
You just skipped over Daphne and the Duke.
What the fuck do you want me to say about them? What do you want me to say about the man who
Theirs
can't
is like
the man who can't speak up?
Theirs is like arranged marriage.
Okay.
But I'll never forgive Daphne for what she does in the show.
No. The way that like they had to have like 2 boring people together, then be like diabolical to each other. And I was like, first of all, you're boring and you're both evil?
Yeah.
Huh?
Toxic. Anyway, back to this beautiful story.
No notes.
Benedict is fully obsessed with her, the lady in silver, after the masquerade ball. He keeps sketching her and drawing her.
Mm-hmm.
And also, he is clinging to...
He's gooning. He's fully just...
her long-ass glove that he can't get enough of. He's like, I told you last week, he definitely jerked off to it.
Mm-hmm. In it.
Yeah.
And she's like, can I have that back? And he goes, actually, hold on, let me send this down to the laundry.
Yeah.
It's a little crunchy.
So he's like started a ton-wide search, and he has recruited Eloise. And first Eloise is like, no, like, I'm trying just to be a spinster. Leave me alone.
Sorry you found the one girl here you haven't had sex with yet, and you need to find her. Like, you'll be fine.
And he's like, no. You and I, you know that we're on the same level here. This is a trade-off.
Yeah, you scratch my back, I scratch yours.
So I will pretend to be your chaperone. So then you can walk through society and looks like that you're looking for a suitor. We're going to get mama off your back here, but you're actually going to be helping me find this woman.
And this is when we discover that he's got such a great creative mind's eye when he is drawing pictures of her, but he might suffer from the actual real phenomenon of face blindness, because the way that he approaches blonde white women who are eye level, the way he approaches Black women who are shorter than her, curvier, all of these things. And he's just like, all he's doing is staring at their lips. And I go, okay, so I do in fact think we could branch out, and we could in fact rule out a lot of people that you keep wasting your time speaking to.
Yes. But remember in Cinderella, he was also going around to a whole bunch of people that looked nothing like what Cinderella looked like.
Well, this is why men are stupid.
And but I also read in the book, it's been 2 years. So that makes sense.
I'm sorry. He literally has drawn a police composite for this is my Jane Doe. And then I think he should carry it around with him and hold it up before he narrows down who he's going to speak to. Because I'm like, okay, if you don't want to get into narrowing it down by race, for sure. How about height, at least?
Yep.
Like, you know the relation of your height to their height. And no, you're like, I'm looking eye level into this woman. And I'm seeing.
I was so transfixed. All I saw was love. I have nothing else to contribute to this.
So funny. And this is why, like, missed connections exist. And this is also why, like, this doesn't happen to women. Like, I recognize a face in a crowd. He's over here going, can't quite place you.
Right.
But I have been drawing you, which with very impressive accuracy. Like, if he showed me that photo and I walked around, I would be like, okay, I found her. She fucking works in our house now.
I thought the cliffhanger for the end of this would be Sophie finding No, actually not Sophie. Because Sophie knows who she is and knows who he is. Yes. If he was looking at it and she's literally standing right in front of him. Like finding he goes back because it's been a few weeks by the time we get to the end of half a season. And that's what I thought was happening. I'm guessing it's going to happen in the next part because why else did he draw these pictures?
I agree. But at the same time, I'm also like, I don't know. Like, we have this like whole situation set up where from episode 1, season 1, where almost all of the gossip for Lady Whistledown comes from the staff and the people who work in these homes. And so the Penwood, they know everything that happened. And they've had no contact with anybody else who they don't even know she's working there anymore. Like, and I'm just like, if Alfie was there, he would have facilitated this immediately. Like, and he tried to, which
because he knows the gossip has not got to him yet.
That's what I'm wondering. I'm like, how is the rest of the people who work in this massive home immune to the gossip?
I think maybe because one, they don't know where she is, so they don't know that she's working. Because they don't move next door until the end of the half of the season.
Okay, I guess that's true.
So they don't know where she is. And then also she told them that she didn't want to be found. So maybe it's like they know and they're just keeping it tight-lipped. She doesn't want them to know.
Couldn't be me. I got a big-ass mouth.
Yeah, and you wouldn't be one for secrets. You would be Lady Whistledown.
No, also, by the way, I would have, when Alfie was like, the moment where he comes to the Pembroke estate and he's like calling upon Posey and Rosalind. And she realizes, and then we hear Taylor Swift's Enchanted come play. And Alfie's like, go to Sophie, tell him. I was like, my nipples were hard and my heart was singing.
The framing director, big kudos to you. The framing of them between the door frames, catching glances at each other, but not actually seeing each other.
Shout out to the gaffers, the lighting in that. I guess all the gaffers are employed by the Bridgerton
over
set.
there.
Yeah, that's why
over the pond.
Everything else is dark here.
Yeah,
but my God, like it was just so beautiful. I will say I did have questions about the wardrobe because I felt like we're seeing more like sequins and glitter with her shoes. So I did Google when were sequins and glitter invented because like this feels a little too modern. So modern glitter wasn't invented till 1930. Sequins, guess when sequins were invented?
0.
Close, 2500 BC.
Okay.
So, I mean, I know for a fact that those are like shoes from Dillard's, but they plausible deniability. There could have been sequins on that. But I was like, damn, that's cool. And I guess around this time, this is where we find out, which I think what we all knew, is that Sophie is the illegitimate daughter. She is, in fact, the stepsister, which does make Katie Leung's age a little more understandable.
Yes, because if her first husband died.
I have a lot of questions about their family line. I think that
Sophie's dad is her second husband, right?
I think so, and I think didn't she have a third husband, which is why they moved here? Because, so the thing that's really confusing to me timeline-wise is because they used the same actress to play Sophie when her dad dies, it doesn't feel like her dad died that long ago.
I don't think he did die that long ago.
But her, like, inability to relax and to leisure and, like, her having this ingrained spot and, like, the working class side of, like, this world does not give that she's only been doing it for, like, 2 years or something like that. Like, it just feels... I don't know, we jump from her being like an elementary schooler to then her dad dying, and it's the same actress who's playing her as an adult. And so, like, I think if it's supposed to be that her dad died when she was 14 or 15, and she's been 10 years, that would make sense to me. But I think if her dad died like 2 or 3 years ago, I'm a little more confused also about how she wouldn't push the question of the will. She wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think she was like 16-ish.
Okay.
And then, because she's only, what did I say earlier?
She's like 22.
Yeah, 22. So I think that, for me, that tracks.
Okay. I do think we need to talk about how Sophie's dad, R.I.P., Heike sucks.
100% sucks.
Absolutely sucks. Because also, how did he meet this new lady Penwood? And like, she's upset because he has a illegitimate daughter, but that also implies, seemingly somewhat, that like the way that she gives off the vibe that he cheated on her, and that's how Sophie came to be.
It's a class thing. So Sophie is the daughter of one of his maids. And so because of that, because Lady Penwood is so obsessed with class, she sees, one, he had an affair, and then two, it was somebody, quote unquote, beneath him. So she sees Sophie as, again, beneath him.
But who did he have an affair? Who was he with that the affair resulted in Sophie?
One of the maids.
No, but who was he with when he was like?
I don't think he was with somebody. I just mean it was an affair as in like he wasn't, when people use the affair as in like it wasn't in that time, you weren't married to the person.
Totally.
So it was an affair.
I'm also like, how is a man with a title that old not married?
A lot of them are old and not married. I don't think he was that old. I think he was like around the age that Anthony is now.
Okay, we're getting that would be crazy age-wise, like looks-wise. He didn't look that young. But my question is too, like, it would make the most sense if we're talking about like, if I'm Queen Charlotte and she's doing her breakdown of like respectable couples, like good matches or whatever. Lady Penwood, who has 2 kids that are not his, it would make the most sense to me to set her up with a single dad or someone who already had been married before and is also a widower or like something like that, because I can't imagine a unmarried eligible bachelor with a title who's choosing to be with a woman who has 2 kids. And like, how else would they have met? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like how like Violet's storyline now. Like, there's different the matching of you with different people. It's like, oh, you have different life experience. We've come from similar life experiences or whatever. But like, I don't know. There's just something like, I don't know, fishy about. And like Violet has like strong feelings about the Penwoods, but we don't really know why. Like, she's got some beef with them, but like we don't know what it is. And not to get conspiracy theorist, part of me wonders if Sophie's mom was actually a maid or
it was something else where I think it might have, because, and I think we'll find this out later, since he wouldn't tell who she was, he would never talk about her. And then I think that it was a lie, because then Penwood would then have to give her money. But lying and saying that she was illegitimate would make it so that she would inherit all the money.
Yeah. That's what I think.
So I think that is very much something that will happen.
And we keep focusing on like her like necklace that she had, like these family things that she has, that I'm like, that to me is not really giving your mom was a maid who your dad never once saw again. Like, maybe it was like a class difference kind of a thing and they like tried to run away or whatever, but like it had to have been something that like, and this sounds bad, but like this is how it was perceived at that time. It had to have been something where he essentially had to get a match to marry someone who didn't live where they lived, who had 2 kids from a previous marriage. Like, there had to have been something that like the people in his town, the people in whatever, like they knew his story, and the woman he needed to end up marrying, because also he doesn't want to raise a kid. He wants to just get essentially a second wife to raise the kid. He needed that. He needed that, and he wasn't able to get that in his town, because I think it's probably a little bit more known in that way. And like, I'm like, also like, can't you not, Sophie, push the other people you work with who've been there since you were a baby? Like, it just seems like there's a bigger secret there.
Yeah,
which I'm very intrigued on, because I'm also like, how did the Penwood meet him? Like, how did they meet in general? She just shows up like ready to get married.
I
Here
think
are the kids.
it was an arrangement of funds.
And she's all shocked, but I'm like, girl, you brought 2 kids into this.
Mm-hmm. But he never told her. I'm sure she was upfront that she has 2 kids, but he never said I had one. And even the other staff members were like, you can't call him dad anymore. And he introduces her as his ward, like she was adopted.
Yeah. And also, like, she's at least 5 or 6. She's probably like 6 there, 6 or 7. And that, her never having met her mom, her mom would have had to die too. She was probably like 2.
2, yeah.
So that's like, she's at least like 4 or 5 years of like her dad being single. And like, I'm just so confused by
I think
him.
all will be answered later.
And I think she also has every reason to be mad, but not at Sophie.
No. But also remember the time knowing that he had a illegitimate daughter with someone that wasn't his wife. That's scandalous. It happened all the time, but then they would just lie and say that somebody was pregnant or it was like a cousin coming to visit or something.
Yeah. I just think it's also rich because, like, she's also got kids.
But she was married. That's the thing. That's the difference.
Also, I don't know why he can't lie and just be like, this was my...
Because people know. They know. They have written history.
Just moved. Switch it up.
All right. Benedict and Eloise go talk to Penelope, and now he's like serious about marriage and hoping that the lady in silver will reveal herself. And despite warnings, this will put him in every mama's crosshairs because now they're like, okay.
The taming of the rake.
We are coming. And the way that Penelope and Eloise were laughing at him while he was pouring his heart out was so funny.
And like, that's what they deserve. That's what these men who have been hoeing around since season 1. Yeah, when they're like, I'm actually finally ready to settle down. They should be teased mercilessly. Okay.
And then Benedict goes to the Pinwoods during the search. Sophie nearly reveals herself, but then backs away, believing that he wants the fantasy and not the reality of a maid.
Yep. He wants the girl in silver. She's not real. And then Sophie. That's been my vocal stem since I watched it. I keep going, Sophie.
And then Lady Penwood has figured it out. She saw the glove. She remembers that her shoe had a little scuff on it.
Because she's a woman and she's perceptive, unlike Benedict.
And she never wore the shoe.
Nope.
She never had that shoe on her foot. And so after she thinks for a minute, she confronts Sophie and fires her and threatens to blacklist her if she works anywhere in Mayfair. And then all the other servants scrape together money, and Posey also gives her a pen to sell. And then Sophie leaves for London.
Then we have what I find to be like incredibly painful, and it's the start of the turmoil between Queen Charlotte and Lady Danbury. And this like broke my heart because I just feel so bad for the queen. Like the queen, like, and when what the footman call his name?
John.
When he does that, like,
oh no, her footman, Brimsley. When
he does his like monologue speech of being like, she's our queen and she's always great, but like she's broken. Like she needs you. Like she can't be her without you. You're her only friend. And I'm like, he's like, I'm trying to gossip. I'm doing my best, but I'm saying all the wrong things. And like it all starts because like she falls asleep, and like it made me. I was like, I wonder. And I get that she's supposed to be like old, but I was like, you know, we don't see Lady Danbury falling asleep, like sitting up all the time. I'm like, to me, it's also, and he gives her this look, and I was like, she's probably up all night with George, who's not doing well. And like, she's falling asleep here. And the energy shift when Lady Danbury's there, it's like, she's up, she's happy, she's peppy. Like there's hope, there's goodness, there's happiness, because it's like, there is always that layer and that air of like, not to sound, but like impending doom. Like it's the nights for him are really hard, but also like as he gets older, it gets harder and all of these things. And she doesn't have to explain that to her. And so, like, seeing that and, like, seeing her who's always had an issue with, like, verbalizing her
emotions.
with being vulnerable and her feelings, the only role that she can be that, like, vulnerable with is when she is with George. Like, she does not do that with other people because she has to be the queen. Like, she still knows her role with that. And, like, just seeing how she, like, seemed so young in that moment. She seems, like, so genuinely, like, afraid of, like, I can't, you know, I'm gonna push you away because it feels like you're running away from me. And, like, that, I don't know how to do this without you. Because, like, she's never been the queen without her.
Right. Never.
And I think
she's been there since day one. They needed somebody that looked like her to be around her.
Yeah, and they, like, and there's, like, I'm gonna be here for you for it all. And without a doubt, she's like, you told me that you're always gonna be here. Like, you can't leave me. Like, and it was just, like, so heartbreaking. And then, like, the fight, like, all of that kind of stuff. Did the apology happen in this one? Or is that the...
Yes, because she admits...
Because the bonds are after.
Yeah, she admits that she's terrified of losing the king. And so then Lady Danbury reassures her and says, I'm here.
And it was just, like, so sweet. And, like, we saw the queen apologize, being like, I'm sorry. And I was like, whoa, that's big.
Also, I don't know if you caught this, but the way that she screams at her and she's like, I'm the queen, you'll obey me, is the same way that George and Queen Charlotte yelled at Charlotte and said, I'm the king, you'll obey me. Those aren't the exact words, but very parallel to that scene.
And yeah, I just thought that, like, and their chemistry together as, like, friends is, like, so phenomenal, which, again, the casting of Queen Charlotte, the prequel to this, I can see, like, I look at them and I just see the younger actresses too, which I was like, wow, that's just, it's a testament to just, like, how good and how good the writing is for all those characters, but also the casting of it.
Right.
But yeah, and I love that we're seeing more of their friendship.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I really wanted to talk about with you last week, and I couldn't, but
God.
Yeah. Also in this episode, we have Benedict who wakes up at Philip Cavender's country estate.
Why was that giving roofied? I was like, I'm so sorry. Are you a victim?
I thought he just drank himself into depression.
Oh, okay. No, it was giving, like, oh my gosh, someone call a hotline. You have been roofied and you've been brought. And I guess, like, for men, their fear is different. But I'm sorry, if I woke up at a random estate and I, like, can't stand and I'm like, where am I? I'm worried. And he's like, I'm a man. Another day being me.
He snaps out of it pretty quick, too, because he witnesses Philip and his friends harassing a maid. And he steps in and is like, that's not how you treat women. And then he realizes that the second maid...
They're harassing Hazel, then Sophie steps in to help Hazel.
Yes, and Benedict fights Philip, but then the fallout of that is that Sophie gets kicked out. Benedict offers her a ride back to London to help her find work. She reluctantly accepts. He also, I believe in this episode, promises that he'll get Hazel work too.
Yeah, so my question, was Hazel in fact fired as well or no?
Well, I think that Philip was like, she can't work here anymore. Also, Sophie was trying to protect her because they were trying to assault her. But
I was wondering
I don't think she was explicitly fired, but it was implied.
I was kind of like, okay, Benedict, maybe grab Hazel too. Like, just you and Sophie are escaping into the night, which, romantic, I loved that.
Then also in this episode, Violet and Lord Anderson are getting a little bit closer. They're touching pinkies.
She's killing me this whole season. Like, I'm sorry, everyone. I was like a Violet Bridgerton. Like, of all of, like, the old school stories, I was, like, the least interested in hers. I was like, she's like a grown-up Daphne. She's just a little fucking boring. Whatever. No, I love that fucking lady. I love that horny little freaky lady. Like, I can have a beginning one of her. We can have a early season for her.
I'm glad you've got on board because I also thought she was just kind of like, whatever. Woman, go tell your girls about what sex is.
She hasn't learned, by the way. Still hasn't told any of them about it, and they're all panicking.
She told Daphne.
No, too late. After she was like, this man had a snake in his pants.
Yeah.
And you didn't tell me. And she goes, sorry. And then Francesca's like, hey, so what? And she goes, ooh, I guess she goes, Daphne, I keep dropping the ball. And I'm like, ma'am, it's been years. You could have done this.
At this point, she's just in heat, though. But I knew during Queen Charlotte, when she was talking about she needed to get her garden watered. Also, the fact that her name is Violet, as in a flower. Beautiful analogy. And I'm glad that we are continuing that streak that was in Queen Charlotte into last season and then this season too.
Me too. Do you think drinking and carriaging was illegal?
No.
Also,
drinking and driving wasn't even like people were drinking and driving in the early days too.
I'm also just like, how was he wakes up at a castle and has no idea how he got there, and within 10 minutes he's like good to like ride a horse on an open carriage?
Because he's a hero. He came in, he saved. That's when you gotta just buy into a romance.
Also, I didn't know that there were carriages where just like you're exposed to the elements. That seems like he stole that. I don't think that's a Bridgerton owned.
Because the ones that they have are more like chauffeured carts.
Yeah.
And then this one is one you just have for yourself.
So we're supposed to assume that he took this to the castle.
You think that Mama Bridgerton is allowing him to take the staff with him? She's like, no, you go get your own fucking car.
No, I thought he was roofied and put in the back of like a hay bale and then transported there against his will.
No. I think he is
He was just being dramatic about how drunk he was.
He is just depressed that he can't find his woman. He also appears not to be having sex with other people, which is like a huge step for him.
No, he's like, that's how you know he's depressed. He's being celibate. Also, this season has just shown me, like, I do think Benedict might be the most dramatic of all of the men in this family. Like, he is so dramatic.
They set that up in the beginning of the season. He's very artsy. Mm-hmm. He would, in modern day, I think he'd be very much a theater kid. He goes to these like forbidden places. Who I'm missing, which I know she's not directly part of this, but I'm missing the seamstress lady because she had some good stuff. But like he was always in the scene. He is the dramatic, artsy, very sexually fluid member of the family. Yeah. And Eloise is artsy and repulsed. There's the same, like they have the first two of this. I forgot what I said with the second. Dramatic. Yes. Eloise is artsy and dramatic, but doesn't want to touch anybody.
Yeah. Benedict wants to touch everybody and be touched by everybody. Yeah. Except for now, which is, you know, how he wants to know. He wants everybody to know, like, he's, like, so miserable and so depressed. And, like, I just have to say, if I am Sophie, I'm giggling this whole time because, like, this man is being so dramatic and it is about me.
He's so obsessed.
But he also, like, in his, like, performative pouting, he, like, can't even, like, squint a little bit longer to realize that, like, it is, in fact, me. But it's so funny. And so
because he's not expecting a maid to be there.
No.
And before we really wrap this up, you're like, where's the rest? Y'all didn't even get to episode 4. This episode is long as hell. So we're splitting it up. So tomorrow, don't worry, you won't have to wait too long. Tomorrow, the other half will be up.
We're just trying to, you know, occupy ourselves enough until part 2 comes out. More Bridgerton. We're spreading it out. A whole other day of this. Just like Benedict spreads his legs.
Just like... Keep going. You can keep going.
I mean, just like Anthony spreads Kate's legs. Just like Francesca's husband needs to learn how to spread hers.
Just like Lady Violet. Now she's like, who's the rake now?
The way that I'm concerned about the woman she's about to... These kids are going to think that their mom is trying to, like, abandon them as fully grown adults. She's like, I'm putting you up for it. They're
still
like,
got 2 children.
Is she putting us up for adoption? Yeah, everyone's getting sent to boarding school.
No, you go stay with Anthony and Kate. And they're like, they're worse.
Yep. And at some point, the only person who's going to clock what's going on Penelope.
Yeah.
Penelope's going to be like, your mom's getting railed.
And-
Leave her alone.
But she won't name her.
No, she would never.
No.
Turns out one of the most prominent families on the Tond is getting her garden watered, seeing an extra little pep in her step.
I like how you didn't do a British accent. You did like a flight
transatlantic
attendant.
accent.
Like a flight attendant.
Yeah, exactly. Your exits are here and here. You can enter here and here. Ayo.
Ay. All right.
Goodbye. Stay tuned. This is a Sister Sign production hosted by me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa D. Montz, plus Diamond Imprint Productions.
Post-production by Coco Lorenz.
Production assistance by Melanie D. Watson.
And music by Ryan Hunter and Giacomo Picasso.